Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Road to Hajj. Road to Hajj is not meant to be a comprehensive Hajj guide. It's just a simple overview of the different ways you do Hajj and what do Hujjaj do on a day-to-day basis during the Hajj days. Today is the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So it means today is the day of Tarwiyah. What is the day of Tarwiyah? Tarwiyah means to prepare your water. And traditionally, this is the day where Hujjaj would start preparing water, food, and what would they carry during the Hajj days. What are the Hajj days? Will be the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and or 13th. 13th is sunnah for you to add, but many Hujjaj would end on the 12th. Some would extend to the 13th. So traditionally, you pack water and food and belongings that you would need during the Hajj works for this 4 or 5 days. But what do Hujjaj today do? Realistically, you don't need to prepare food and water because those are taken care of by your Hajj packages. If you are performing Ifrat or Qiran, you're already in the state of Ihram from the first day you landed in Makkah. So you are already in a state of haram, no changes. But if you're doing tamattu, most people doing tamattu, this is the day that you enter into the state of ihram for Hajj. You entered the state of ihram for Umrah before, but then you went out of ihram after Umrah. So the past few days, you've been enjoying life as a normal civilian, not a Hajji. Today, on the 8th, you enter into the state of ihram from wherever you are. You don't need to go out to the borders. You just from your hotel room, you enter, you don the ihram and you enter into the state of ihram. And it is sunnah that you go to Mina. You don't have to go to Mina. Some packages don't do Mina at this point on the 8th because of logistical reasons. They will go straight to Arafah. But if you can, it is sunnah for you to go to Mina. And Mina will be your base camp for the remaining Hajj days. What do you carry? Usually, you go to Mina, you carry a small bag. This is the bag that I carry. This is a 10-liter bag. What should you carry when you do Hajj? Make sure that you have your water bottle. You don't have to bring a really big one because there are plenty water stations around, but you need to bring a water bottle so that you can keep yourself hydrated. Secondly, very important, I found that to bring a power bank because charging stations for your phones can be very limited, and phones are important for you to find your way around. And sometimes Google Translate comes in really handy if you don't speak Arabic. So you need a place to charge your phone. Not so much for social media, not so much for YouTube or TikTok. Another thing that is very useful to bring, make sure that you bring a mushaf of choice that you will be reading throughout and for or any books of dhikr or dua or reference, and also sibha for you to count your adhkar to remain disciplined during this period of Hajj. You might also want to carry some hujjaj, and I personally do that. I would carry a thinner ihram, one cloth, not one pair, not top and bottom, just one piece of extra ihram, which is lighter than the one that I am using so that I can pack into this small bag. And why is it useful? Because sometimes it rains and you get wet. It's easy to get dry because it's dry. The climate is very dry in Mecca, but you want to hang it somewhere. So what you do is you wear the thin one on top and you wear the wet one bottom, and then you hang one uh, to let it dry. And then once it dry, you change and so on. So those are the things that Hujjaj would do. Now, Tarwiyah also has another meaning and historical significance. The whole process of Hajj is about the legacy of Prophet Ibrahim and his family. The 8th is when he got the dream where Allah mentioned in the Quran, "Inni ara fil manami anni athbahuk," that I saw in my dream that I am to slaughter you. So this is what Ibrahim alayhi salam saw in his dream, that he was to slaughter his his son. Ara, ru'ya, means also a dream. Ru'ya can also mean dream. So tarwiyah can also come from that word. So the day of tarwiyah is the day of wandering. The Prophet Ibrahim has been receiving these dreams for multiple nights, and on the eighth he was pondering, what should I do with this dream? What is the meaning behind this dream? And on the next day, on the day of Arafah, is when he forms his decision. He made his of what to do with that dream. But on the day of Tarwiyah, the day of wonderment, he was wondering about Allah's command through this dream, because the dream of prophets are revelation. But for us, it's not about wondering about the dream and so on. It's about preparing spiritually to go on this Hajj journey. Mina, Tarwiyah is the day we prepare physically and also spiritually. Physically prepare, make sure that we get enough rest, that we get enough sleep, and so that we are well and healthy and charged for the next day, the greatest day of the year, the day of Arafah. So we'll see you tomorrow and we'll talk about Arafah inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.